What up, y'all? Move those chains with Jake Lazarus. We're back in week 5 with some Giants action. The Giants this morning stunned the Packers 27-22 in a come-from-behind win that took place in London. The Giants were 9-point underdogs going into this week, but they stormed back. They scored 17 unanswered points late in the second half, and it was just fun to watch. I mean, I woke up, turned on the game, and was kind of depressed to start my Sunday of football, but the second half, it was a real pick-me-up. So it was really, really fun. I mean, the Giants were carried by Daniel Jones, who played really well, probably his best performance of 2022. Saquon Barkley continued to play really well, and this defense, I mean, I can't say enough about Wink and what this defense has been able to do the first 5 weeks. I mean, they've shut down offenses. But yeah, I'll get to that in a couple minutes. I wanted to start with Daniel Jones, though. Daniel Jones played really, really well. One of the things that I've knocked him in the past is his inability to complete passes at a high percentage. Today, though, 27 attempts, 21 catches. That's incredible. It felt like they were just driving the ball at will. First game of 2022, going over 200 passing yards, went for 217 on the day. No interceptions, no turnovers. Amazing. I can't ask for more from DJ. I mean, he was playing hurt. I think he sprained his ankle last week, fought through, was limited in practice, and then ended up gritting it out this week against the Packers. And you could tell in the first half that he didn't have all of his mobility and he was kind of limited. But come second half, I mean, he was scrambling, converting third downs, moving in the pocket really, really well, evading blitz, and it was really fun to watch. And he was making big throws and big-time moments. So he played really, really well. Saquon Barkley, another guy who I cannot say enough about. The past couple of years, have been riddled with injury. This year, though, not the case. He's proving that he could very well win Comeback Player of the Year, as I previously mentioned, I think, last week. This week, though, he added 106 yards of yards from scrimmage, to his already NFL-leading total, so that is really, really impressive. He had 13 attempts for 70 yards. He also added 3 receptions for 36 yards and a touchdown. Took one snap from the Wildcat that ended in the touchdown. Can't ask for more. I don't know. This offense looks completely different than it did a year ago. So it's been really, really fun to watch. Also worth noting, Darius Slayton, former Auburn Tiger, 6 receptions for 79 yards. I mentioned earlier Brian Daboll, first-year head coach for the Giants. I mean, 5 weeks into the season, if you had to pick a coach of the year right now, I think he's the clear favorite. He's stepped into a pretty bad Giants team who's been one of the worst, if not the worst team. I'm pretty sure the worst team by record the last 5 or 6 years, I think 5 years. So he's come in, really turned around this franchise and put a real big energy and excitement into the fan base, and it's been awesome to watch. I mean, the video I have at the beginning, it gets me so hyped. The NFC East has really turned in from the NFC Least to the NFC Beast. 4 teams, 4-1 or better. The Giants and the Cowboys both 4-1. The Eagles obviously 5-0, the last undefeated team remaining in the NFL. But yeah, Brian Daboll, he's the coach of the year thus far. I don't know. I mean, Mike McDaniels, he'll probably make a case for it. And then I'm drawing a blank on the Bills head coach, Sean McDermott. He'll make a case for it if they can make a playoff run. But we'll see. Those are all teams that are going to make playoff runs, and this Giants team is certainly one that you could make the case that they are for real this year, and this is the year that they're going to contend for their first playoff spot since 2016. Or they're the worst 4-1 team in the NFL. There's a lot of speculation as to what the Giants' identity is. Are they for real, or is this just a fluky kind of start? With this Giants team, we haven't seen a real successful past few years, so it's hard for us to really expect this team to go to the playoffs. But after watching 5 weeks of this team and what they've shown us and what we can go off of and this head coach, I really do think this team could make a playoff run. It might not be for the division because they don't play the Eagles until later in the season, which I can pull that up. I know I do that every single episode, but probably should just have that pulled up already. But you know what? We figured things out on the fly. So the Giants don't play Philly until week 14. They already played Dallas once, and they don't play Dallas again until week 12. The Giants, so they have a bye week 9, and so from week 12 on, at Dallas versus Washington versus Philly at Washington. That's 4 weeks in a row of division matchups. So if the Giants can close out if they can get to week 11, they're 4-1. I could see them winning 2 games, Jacksonville and Seattle. So that puts them at 6-2 going into the bye. 7-2 if you can beat Houston. 9-2 at Detroit. So you're either at 9-2 or 8-3 if this team can keep playing how they've been playing, and then you have a stretch of division games, which at that point could be for the division if Philly hits a rough patch or if Dallas loses a couple games. So that could be for the division. If not, the wild card could definitely be in play. But I think this team is for real. They look for real. They're not even fully healthy yet, and the way that they've schemed their defense, getting pressure from all their weapons. Oshane Ximines has played really, really well. Kayvon Thibodeau, Xavier McKinney, Julian Love. I could go on and on and on, and they're still without guys like Leonard Williams and Adoree Jackson, who was hurt for most of today. So it's been amazing. And then on the other side of the ball, offensive line has been all right. They've been much better than they have in years past. So that's one thing that's been fun to watch out for. But yeah, I think this team can be a playoff team. I could ride on that. I'm going to make that claim. I think the Giants are a playoff team. They're a wild card team in 2022, sorry. Hopefully 2023. But I think they're a wild card team in 2022. I think they're for real. I think there is a real chance we see 3 NFC East teams getting into the postseason if they don't hurt each other coming down the stretch. But yeah, that just about does it. I think this Giants team is for real. I think Brian Daboll has the potential to win Coach of the Year. And I also think Daniel Jones is going to keep up his play. He's reduced turnovers. Saquon Barkley's playing really, really well. So I don't see any reason as to why the Giants can't go into their bye week in week 9 at least 6-2. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Go Giants. Peace.